Welcome back to my channel. And it was just for me to be extra, and I didn't want there to just be like a blank scene for the video. If you can see this thing, that's just the leg of the tripod. It's just, there we go. I think that might have helped. Rotation is locked, rotate device back. Well, oh well, I tried to make it look somewhat nicer. So this thing is just going to be here throughout the whole video. If it bothers you, sorry. The only reason I did this is so you wouldn't have to like just stare at that for like a little thumbnail. I thought I'd make it somewhat like over the top and dramatic because I like to be extra. So this video is just gonna be like my just right off the top of my head, like not, you know, none of my videos are scripted, but I tend to have like a general idea of what I'm gonna be doing and, you know, which candles I'm gonna show first, stuff like that. This one I have nothing to go on. So I guess like the first thing I'll go ahead and start with is like a recent experience with someone I was going to buy from and then I later chose not to. I'm not gonna name accounts or anything because I feel like that's kind of like tacky, but I mean it's also, well, then where's the proof of it, I guess, but it's whatever, you know, the person's pretty irrelevant, so that's why I'm just not gonna give it any more attention after this. I just kind of want to give like a general, you know, I want to give y'all a better feel of like if you're looking at buying like some older candles on Mercari or even some new ones, you know, whatever, just like what to expect from, you know, sellers in general, and some tips if you're a buyer, because I am also now trying to sell a few things through Mercari. Not all candles and wax. I mean, the majority of the stuff I'm selling isn't wax or candles. I do have a few things listed. I've actually already sold one, but I think I have a thing of my cranberry popcorn garlands listed, and I'm selling like 9 clams, 8 of which are completely full, and then one has just 2 pieces missing. For I think $13 plus shipping, and then I have 2 of the colonial candles I'm selling, and then I have a mystery wax lot from a few different vendors and some retail wax, not a lot, but mostly vendor wax. Just scents that I'm just not enjoying, or things I got, you know, thinking I would like them, and it turns out to be really different. So I mean, other than that, things are just like random stuff that I'm just A, not using anymore, B, don't need, or C, don't want anymore. But, you know, getting back to it, I'll go ahead and tell a story about the person. So the person I was going to talk about is, they were selling, that was just my chair, I'm moving it back. So I was going to buy some tester candles from this one seller on Mercari, and I had messaged them about it, and I was asking like, hey, do y'all, you know, or do you like happen, like, do y'all do holds at all? And because, you know, you always want to read the seller's like little description, little bio thing, and if they already answer your question, please don't be like messaging them like, odds are it's not just going to change for you, you know. But I had gone ahead and read it and I hadn't seen anything, and I'm just curious, like, you know, do you do holds, do you do like bundles and everything? And I do believe that it mentioned that she does do bundles. I just wanted to like make sure and confirm it, because I was going to buy 11 tester candles from this person. And I was like, okay, okay, so you do, okay, awesome, you don't, okay, that's fine. She didn't do, the person did not want to do, hold, which is fine and acceptable. I just come back later when I have the money. It's just when something's available, you just don't want to take chances on the sites. Sorry, I'm going to push this back in. It looks like it's about to pop out on the tripod. So there's 11 tester candles I was going to get, and one of them sold. I can't even remember off the top of my head what it was. And then there was 2 that I found out before I was even going to buy that were like repackages of other candles, and I was like, not really interested in those anymore. One was apple picking, which I've heard is just like orchard apple, pink apple punch, I think, maybe. I don't know. I've only ever smelled pink apple punch, and it was just alright. I never bought it, but it was just kind of meh. So I didn't want to get a tester candle on something that I wasn't going to like. And a lot of these were older scents, but 2 of them were specifically to replace my 3X I have in my collection, because I do a thing where I have a collection of candles, like my no burn candle collection, and if I can get a tester candle, I will move my 3-wick out of my collection because it just makes more sense and is a lot smarter to hoard 4 ounces than it is to hoard 14.5 ounces. My apologies. I had to burp. My apologies. I'm sorry. Um, One, it just takes up less space. Those little 4-ounce tester candles that they sell during SAS take up so much less space than a big 3-wick 14.5 ounce candle. I mean, it's a no-brainer. And if they smell exactly the same, you may as well go ahead and enjoy your 14.5 ounces and keep the little 4 ouncer to, be able to have to remember the scent in case it's ever brought back or it's a suspected repackage. You can decide for yourself. That's why I love the tester candle so much. And I won't tell you all the scents because I feel like you'd be able to find the seller, and I don't think anybody would do it, but just in case, I'll just, not list all the scents. But the two I was gonna, move out of my collection were avocado coconut and coconut colada. I love avocado coconut to death. It was I don't even remember which it was on my list. I did like a whole on my Instagram at Crazy About Candles, same spelling and everything here. Um I did a whole like top 10 new candles of 2018, and avocado coconut was on there. I believe it was third place. I could be wrong. I could be, but I think it was third, fourth, or yeah, it was either third or fourth place, I believe. And I love that candle, and I just never had the chance to stock up because it just sold out before SAS, and that's when I was gonna get like 4 of them. And it sold out like 2.5 weeks before semi-annual sale, and it wasn't popular like here at least. Like there was like a whole bunch of them, so I don't know how they sold out, in the 2.5 weeks I was gonna get them since the last time I checked, but they did, and they just never restocked it. Never able to find tester candles, nothing. So I was very sad by that. So I already have one I've chopped up, and I have one 3-wick in my collection. I really want the tester candle so I could keep the tester candle and move my other 3-wick out of my collection, just in case they don't bring it back, or if they do bring it back, I don't have to keep holding on to a 3-wick. I can just hold on to a tester candle. So getting away from, I'll tell you why this seller was not, this whole interaction was not a good experience. Is because we had agreed on a price for the 11 candles to be bundled. We later had to move it down to 10, I believe. I could be wrong, but I believe we had to move it down to 10. And I later again moved it down to 8 so I can get rid of the apple picking and the other one. It's just not even worth remembering, so it's not coming to my mind right now. But I moved those 2 off the list, and the person was trying to get like $13 for shipping, and there's just no way I'm going to pay $13 for shipping for anything unless I'm buying like 6 3-wicks. There's just no way I'm gonna put up $13 for shipping. Absolutely not. And I'd asked the person in particular, like, would you be able to do it through FedEx, or it'd be a bit cheaper? And another thing is we agreed on a price, or we didn't agree on a price, but I had thrown a price out there, and they just said like, I will, not even I'll consider it. It was something along the lines of, gosh, what was it? It was something along the lines of, okay, I'll check back in with you on about the shipping. And I thought it was fine because those little tester cans were only 4 ounces each, so plus the glass, they're not heavy at all. So I was like, okay, it's great. It's no problem. Well, it turns out that they didn't want to accept my original offer, which was a bit cheaper, because a lot of people will do a slight bundle discount as well, on top of combining the shipping. Not everyone does it, and I don't expect everyone to. It's just I always ask if they will, because if you can save money, you need to save money. It does not make more sense to spend more when all you have to do is maybe ask, if they don't say it specifically in their title. Now, if they say that they won't do it, then don't ask. But again, this person did not have like a whole thing saying, I don't do bundle discounts. Like some people say, if you bundle, save 10%, for example. I see a lot of that happen on Mercari. Some people do that, a lot of people don't. And sometimes you just have to ask, because sometimes people are just trying to get rid of their stuff, and it never hurts to ask in a nice way. So my first offer got rejected, and then my second one sounded like it was going to be accepted. Like there was never anything about, okay, let me check on the price. Oh, let me see about the price. Let me see if I can sell them to you for that price or whatever. It was like, okay, I just need to check and see if they'll ship for that price. And as soon as I heard $13, that was just like, I'm out. Like I can't do it for that price. And I asked, whether do you like offer FedEx shipping? Because some people only ship through USPS, and that's more common. But some people, it's definitely more common than people only shipping through FedEx. But I mean, there are some people out there who will only ship through FedEx. But it's more common that people only ship through USPS. And she didn't, and I respected that, and it wasn't like a mean thing where we're blocking each other, but I just had to respectfully decline, and it was also $2 more than the original offer. So not the original offer, the one that got turned down, but it was the second offer. It was $2 more than that was going to be, which was still technically a bundle discount, but not enough to deal with the shipping. So sadly, I had to say no, and that's why I went to a different seller and bought the 3 wicks I wanted, because those were next on my list to buy. So um, I guess a blessing in disguise. But I was gonna get some older scents too. I mean, that seller was having some scents from like 2014, 2016, 2015 even. Some candles I've always wanted to smell, and I was very excited I was gonna get to finally smell them in a 3 wick. But this is like a 3.5 day long process. This isn't like within an hour or anything. They were very slow to respond as well, and I don't do well with that. Like, if you send me a message and I message you back within a minute, and then you take like 2 days to respond to that, that gets on my nerves. Because if you were just able to text me like a second ago, like, why weren't you able to at least like send something back? And I'm not saying like right after either, but I mean, when it's 2 days after, that bothers me. And I get everyone's busy, not just me. Not And that's the other thing. The seller was trying to make a few different excuses about how they're super busy. It's like, I didn't say it, but everyone's busy. You're not the only one. Um, but sadly, that just had to fall through. So I didn't order from that person, and that I would count that as more of a negative experience, not necessarily because of the person, but just because they were very slow to respond to things. I mean, 3.5 days for a conversation about something I wanted to bundle and purchase. I mean, it was a bit ridiculous. But so I just didn't buy from that person. So I went to the next person, bought my 3 wicks, and that went fine and everything. So that was a super pleasant experience. I mean, the seller had even raised the prices to $20 instead of $13, and just done free shipping. And I asked, hey, since I'm gonna be bundling the 3, can I just pay like whatever the shipping would be, and then get them for the $13 price point, so it's a bit cheaper? Because I mean, the free shipping is only really good if you're gonna buy one candle. It's not a good deal if you're going to be buying multiples, really, because it doesn't cost that much to ship one candle. Honestly, it's $6.50. One candle, honestly, it's $6.50 to do just one. And then I think 3 through FedEx, I was charged $9.80 for the 3, and I thought, okay, that's decent enough for me to go ahead and buy them. But and everything, by weight, like I think 1 to 3 pounds is $8 shipping through USPS, and $6.50. I think maybe $6.50 for FedEx, and then anything, and then anything less than a pound can be shipped for USPS and FedEx. USPS, anything that's like 4 to 6 pounds, I believe. I can't say for sure after this point, but I think 4 to 6 pounds is true after this point. But I think 4 to 6 pounds is 13 for USPS and $9.80 for FedEx, and then after that, it's like just ridiculous. So I give up at that point. But I think after that too, then it's only through FedEx. I think USPS won't do anything after that point. I could be wrong, but just from memory, I think that's how it works. So I mean, for the 3 candles, it's like, okay, I'll just do the $9.80 shipping, because that's what I was gonna do for the other candles anyway. So and she was very, there wasn't like a bundle discount. I mean, they're all $13, which is originally what they were all priced at, plus the shipping. So I got it for like $12 cheaper, because I didn't just bundle it for $60. I had to ask, because the free shipping is only really good if you're going to be buying one item. I was buying 3, so if it would have been very firm on the whole like it's $60, $20 free shipping for each. I would have had to say no because they're just not worth $20 each. The way I look at it is it's not what you pay. I didn't get those candles for $13. I got them for whatever it is after the shipping divided by the three. Because you're still, and that's what I do for everything. I buy wax, candles from other companies, whatever it may be. That's how I, because you're still having to spend that money. I understand that they don't profit from the shipping, but I mean, I'm having to pay for it. So that's what I look at it. I got the candles for like $14, 66 cents, give or take. Or, no, it's probably more than that, I think. I'm just not going to do that right now because I'm going to make myself sick. But, I was just trying to think, but I'm not going to go there. I mean, I paid definitely more than I would have if I would have just bought them in the store. But White Bar #1 sold out super quick, and then Autumn Apricot sold out super quick, and Pumpkin Donut Shot never made it to the store. So anyway, bringing it back in, that was a very pleasant customer experience. Buying and selling through that person. I would definitely go through that person again to get candles. Response time was very quick. I can't remember her handle at the moment because if I did, I would say it, and advertise to go buy through this person. But I cannot remember off the top of my head, so I'm very sorry about that. And I've sold 2 items through Mercari. One was a random Walmart wax destash lot, and then the other one was one that I just sold, and I shipped out, I think yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. And it was a set of necklaces as well. Or not as well. I have some different like older necklaces I'm selling. But this is like a pair of necklaces, and they sold pretty cheap. I'm gonna make like $8.10 off them because Mercari. I'll get into that whole thing later, but they charge a fee for selling through their site and everything, which I'm fine paying. But they just take it like immediately out of what you sell. So, I mean, I'm gonna be making $8. The buyer paid shipping, and that's I always it's always gonna be buyer paid shipping with me. I'm not gonna like pay the shipping because then I don't think FedEx does the whole shipping label thing for you, and I don't have the time or the patience to try and figure that out. And it's already hard enough to get them printed out, and having to get that done that I don't want to have to do it. Write it down myself and then have it typed out myself. That's just too much. So anyway, bring it back in. I've had more pleasant experiences than I've had negative, honestly, but there have been a lot of negative experiences. Like some people I just won't buy from, because they're trying to charge like crazy amounts for candles. Like they're trying to charge $30 something for a candle that's like currently out now, like a winter candle that gets brought back every single year. I just won't buy from people like that because then it's just greedy at that point. Like you're gonna try and make $27 off of a candle that we know good and well you got for $6.63 on candle day after your coupons, or $7.78 give or take. If you use a 20% off on candle day, like that bothers me a lot. Like, and if you're gonna try and sell something, get like a frosted cake pops or something, or French baguette, which I still don't think is worthy of those prices, especially since they haven't been failed that long. And French baguette, in my opinion, is disgusting. But people are just trying to make way too much off of the candles, so I won't buy from those people. But there's a lot of people selling them for really decent prices. I'm not going to tell you every one of them because there's another seller I want to buy from, which I have purchased from before. I had a very pleasant experience from the seller. I bought my 2 Vampire Blood, I bought my 2 Peppered Plum candles from them, and my Vampire Blood from, this was sometime like January of last year. Or no, y'all, my brain. January of this year, like really early. January / late December, I believe. So it probably would have been close to around this time. And she held them for me for like a week. And I bought the 3 of them, everything for like $16 and change after everything was said and done. I got them for a really good deal too. And that's, you know, because peppered plum just sold out super fast in my area, and that's one of my absolute favorite candles, by the way. So, um, I bought them then. I've already chopped one up, and I have one that's gonna stay in my collection forever. I'm about halfway done with my chunk bag. I'm gonna save it the rest of them for next fall. Not because I'm a seasonal burner or melter, but because I really want to enjoy them. And Vampire Blood, I wanted to get one just in case it never came back because I had already burned the one I was actually able to buy while it was still in store the first year it came out, and I just didn't want to, you know, be without it in case I never brought it back in a 3-wick. Little did I know that they would, but that's the one I have in my collection right now, and I love. That's definitely in my top 5 favorite candles. Definitely in my top 3 favorite candles for sure. I think it's been bumped down recently. At the end of the year, you know, for January 1st, 2019. I'm gonna like do an updated top 10 candles list, and there's gonna be a few of them are gonna sadly have to, you know, get off the list. And some are definitely gonna be taking its place because I think 2018 was a very good year for them. Spring was kind of lackluster, but I mean, avocado coconut came from it, so I can't be too mad. Um, Coconut Colada was also very nice, came out then. Um, which Coconut Colada, although not my top 10 favorite candles of all time, is definitely was in the list for top 10 candles of 2018. You know, there's just a whole bunch of different scents that some are sadly some do have to get kicked off the list. I mean, summer was just kind of okay. It was pretty good. I definitely regret not picking a lot of banana split milkshake up. I just thought it was way overhyped, and I was wrong. It's a really good candle. I got one for Candle Day. I feel so stupid. I wish I would have got more. But word on the street is it's going to come out for SAS again, and that whole collection. So I will definitely be picking it more than if that is the case. And Summertime Soda Pop. I am a sucker for fizzy pop candles and wax. That's one of my favorite scent notes of all time is fizzy. If it makes my nose hairs burn, count me in. It's like an orange crush candle from, you know, from what I remember smelling it. It wasn't too much like a lemon lime with cherry, but it was still very nice. And I don't have an orange fizzy candle or wax, so I would definitely have to get at least 3, one for my collection, 2 to chop up. But um, bringing it back in. Um, my apologies. This year's just been really good for them, especially fall. And well, fall for me was pretty lackluster, but winter, y'all, winter this year, winter showed. You know, Bath and Body Works showed us what was up. I mean, they definitely, you know, with the whole Buzz collection. I mean, although a lot of them weren't really my thing, you know, it just goes to show. I mean, it went really well for them. You know, fall, I wasn't a really big fan of any of the pumpkin candles, honestly. But fall definitely had a few really good ones. White Bar Number One being one of them. Pumpkin Donut Shop being one of them. Winter, a lot of favorites got brought back, like Vanilla Balsam, love it. There's just a lot, you know, that was, you know, it just makes me very happy that we're finally getting some candles back. That we've won for a very long time, and winter has definitely been their season. Winter and fall have definitely been best sellers for them. But bringing it back into the cellar, they have a lot of candles that I want to get more of, either because I've already gone through all of them. I just burned or melted with Reckless Abandon, and I wish I would have gotten more, and I just didn't, or I didn't pick enough of it up, and it turns out it's one of my favorites. Honey Cinnamon Crumb Cake. If you couldn't hear that, Honey Cinnamon Crumb Cake. I only ever picked up 3, and turns out that that's in my top 5 favorite candles of all time, and I just didn't know in enough time, and sadly, it just never got restocked. This was the first one in my area to sell out, and I hated it at first, and I just grew to love it. That seems to be a theme with me. I tend to hate scents, and then those turn out to be like my favorites. I hate that I do that to myself, but sadly, it's just the truth. But, you know, bring it back in. There's a lot of those types of candles from this seller that I'm really wanting to get. So there's that. You know, just pleasant experience when I ordered the peppered plums and the vampire blood that I wouldn't hesitate to order from them again. It's just like it's like $100 something order plus shipping, so it's gonna take me a little while to get that, especially with SAS around the corner. I'm gonna be getting a lot of 3 wicks, expect a lot of tester candles, y'all, a lot. Definitely expect a couple of 3-wicks and a few hand soaps here and there. Um, what else? About Mercari in general. So they do take. I guess it's all for the buying now. I guess I'll. Sorry, school bus is passing. I guess now I'll kind of go into like the whole selling through Mercari and like what it's like. My experience has been. Um, so far I've had nothing but good experience selling, and I'm still very new to it. I've been doing it for like less than a month, so give it some time. I'm sure I'm gonna get people who just get on my nerves, but so far, I mean, I've had nothing but a great experience selling through them. They do take a 10% fee for selling on their site, so 10%. Like if you sell something that's $10 on their site plus shipping, they don't take the shipping out or anything. Or that's the buyer pays shipping, all that, unless you do free shipping, and then which you will pay for the shipping and whatnot, and then 10% of that is then taken out. But anyway, if you sell something for $10, they take 10%, so it's 10% of $10, a dollar. So you make $9 off of that. And you always have to factor in like your packing materials. You have to get boxes. You can get boxes and stuff like that free through USPS, not have to pay anything. Just a tip for you: don't be going out buying stuff at Walmart, paying for things when you can get it for free. All right, it makes no sense. That being said, sometimes it takes a while for things to get here. I should have some stuff getting here today, like more padded flat rate envelopes. I should be getting some boxes here soon that I ordered, which I've needed some more of for a little while. So I'm glad to finally be getting those. I have some small boxes to ship smaller things as well. So just definitely get a variety of things, especially or unless you're only selling like a specific type of thing, what size box you need. Make sure you had tape, duct tape. Make sure you have a way to get shipping labels printed and everything. Um, yeah, I mean, I've had nothing but great experiences so far. I package things with a lot of bubble wrap, a lot of those little poppy bubble things that Bath and Body Works like puts in their things. I reuse packing materials like the 3 candles I bought today. I'm not throwing that stuff away. Absolutely not. I'm gonna keep all that bubble wrap in those little poppy bubble things. I mean, it's sad that I don't just get to like enjoy it and pop them, but I love doing it. It's so relaxing. But that's free packing material, less packing material I need to buy. I recently had to buy more tape. Sorry, I have to swipe up that notification. So anyway, I'm gonna try and end it. Gone on long enough. Overall, I mean, I recommend it. I've had nothing but good experiences so far. I've had someone say that they wanted an item and then like flaked out on me kind of like last minute, which sucks. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it wasn't like a negative experience. It was just like they didn't like what I'm selling it for, and almost all of my items are I will accept most offers in general as long as they're reasonable. Like, don't, if I have something listed, for example, like, and this is just in general for most people, this is pretty general. If someone's selling something for $50, don't offer to buy it for 25 if it's really, because if it's something that's actually worth the $50. Now, if it's someone being crazy selling 2 frosted cake pops or 2 popcorn and pine candles for $50 and then charging you shipping, I mean, ask if, there's a little leeway there, but in general, if you're getting like 4 candles or 3 candles for that price, and you're not paying for shipping, you're paying cheap shipping, just don't be complaining about it. It's cool. It's okay. You're gonna be fine. And if you just don't have the money to buy something, ask them if they do holds. So when you do have the money, even if they won't do the hold for until you get the money, just like if they do a 2-week hold and you're not having the money for 4 weeks, okay, we'll wait 2 weeks, and then when that 2 weeks passes and they do a 2-week hold, ask them that day and then have them hold it for the 2 weeks. So I mean, most people are very flexible with stuff about that. So yeah, I mean, that's all I have. I mean, if you have any questions, comment down below or DM me on Instagram at crazyaboutcandles, spelled the exact same way it is here on YouTube. And that's all I have to say. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video off here. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.